Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. So let's start by creating our first series object. We will click on the plus sign of our notebook, Jupyter, and we are ready to create our first series. Sorry, I cannot find the right keyboard here, but this is not a laptop I usually use, but here we are. So this is our series, and once we have created it, we can now see how it looks like. We have an index from 0 to 4, and we have the values for those indexes. We will use the index attribute of this series to see how the indexes are and to change the indexes to something that is more meaningful to us. For example, we can say that these numbers are, I don't know, IDs for some employees who works selling things. So we can call the index to be salesman 1, salesman 2, and something like that. This is just an example. You can name the index wherever you want. As you can see now, our index has the salesman word in it, and we don't have anymore the numbers in the index. We can also give it a name. We can name our series as we want. Let's name it sales to keep being so original as we are. Now, if you see, we have the name sales for our series. Now, you can slice the series by the index we have already given to it. For example, is if we would like to see the values for salesman 1, we can do this. If we would like to see more than one salesman, we can do that by passing a list of indexes. We will see salesman 1 and salesman 3. And here we are seeing the values for salesman 1 and salesman 3. But what would happen if we enter an index we don't have? Uh, and that is a very common when you are writing some code, or when you are analyzing some data, or when you are, I don't know, simply looking for to something in a list. So let's see what's happened if we give a index that is not present in the series. Here, here we have this is an error, and this is a key error because the key salesman 8 doesn't exist for our list or our series. Sorry. So wherever you see this key error is because you are trying to access something that doesn't exist. We also have the possibility to access values by the order of the index. For example, salesman 1 has the order 0, and if we give a 0 to our series, we will get the value for salesman 1, which is in the 0th position. We can also slice this series to see the first element up to the second element. Remember, we are not including the second. We're not including the third element, which would be the number 2, because the index start at 0. If we give negative values to our index, it will mean that from the last position. So here we are seeing all the values but the last one. And we can do the same. We can see all the values but the first one in a very similar way. We can just enter the next command. This we will be able to see all the elements in our list but the first one, because we are starting at one, which is our second index. If you want to see every two values in our series, we can do this. We start at 1, we skip the next value and see the third record, and skip the fourth and see the fifth record. And but if you would like to start at the second record, you can also do that by doing this one. And this way you can slice your series. There are another ways, but I think these are the most common and very useful. Thank you.